to make it more taut. I think. Sorry for the lovely squeaking. I remember having this dream, and like, oh yeah, that was that one. Yeah, I was at my school, and then like this big gate opened, and then there was like, yeah, this massive big black horse with like red eyes, and I think there was a man on him or not, I'm not sure, but yeah. And then like the gate was all weird. It had like sharp bits at the bottom, but it looked like it was chain linked, so it was all jiggly. And then I went in to the portal, and I was in like this little mine cart, and yeah, it started doing its thing. So, and then it had like a split off, yeah, it had, and then it went left instead of straight. Yeah, that's what I mean. And then there was like this other short gate. It's like a short, it looked like a saloon gate, but it was made of metal, and it had like a big keyhole in it. But as I was coming up to it, it locked itself, and then there was fire on the other side. And then at first, I felt like I didn't want to go in there, and I felt like really uncomfortable because it was going that way. And then there was other non-humans, like on the side of the track, on like inside where I was. And then they were like not trying to grab me, but were at the same time. And what is it? And then, but yeah, anyway, besides from them, I saw the gate closed, and then as like the fucking, as the mining cart was going back, then I wanted to go into where the gate was. And then I don't remember, I woke up. But then I had another dream. I don't remember how it started. I think we were at Thorpe Park and we went on Saw. And then obviously when it drops down in the first bit, it sort of just went on and on. I felt like loads of butterflies and everything, like normal. And we was going, like, we were looping and everything like normal. And then I was worried about losing my phone. And then I think we came out. And I was with this girl I don't talk to anymore. And like, then we ended up on top, like some of the roller coasters you have to climb up to, walk up to. And then we were at the top, and then like, I was worried about my stupid phone again, and I dropped it. And it dropped from quite a height. I don't understand I don't understand miles and inches and stuff, but it was really high. Miles, inches. Yeah. But I ran all the way down and like picked up my phone, and it was smashed, obviously, and then but it wasn't. Like, the screen was completely broken. The phone itself was as well, but I mean, it was still pretty intact. I couldn't turn it on. I mean, I wasn't in pieces. And it was all bendable. So I was like flexing and bending my phone, like, what? No! And then I woke up. I remember having this dream, and I do not know how to explain it. I was like somewhere in a mixture of American society, like more cities, societies, as in the modern society, and England. And there was like this, all the buildings were all a bit tilted and wibbly. Not actually wibbly, but you know. And then, oh, it's raining now. I was driving. I don't drive, but I was driving, and then I think I was looking for somewhere. And then all of a sudden, I was in between. It's like the underpasses that you get under buildings, those underpasses. But it was like officey buildings, and they're all like that, and still. And then I don't know who it was, but I know I know what he is. I think, I don't know, I do not know. I think it was Cupid, because he had like white and gold wings, and he was wearing like armory stuff, protection, and then he came out of nowhere, and if you've ever watched Judge Dredd, it looked like when they take slow-mo, that's how everything smashed around us and all the colours and everything. And then he tried to shoot me with his arrow, and then I dodged it, and then we started fighting, and then I woke up. I wish I could show you my dreams instead of like trying to tell you and explain things. It would be so much better if someone actually was able to make a thing that could do that. But I'd never want to wake up. But that one was quite a while ago. I can't think. But usually my dreams are still me getting chased or being unable to get to people, mainly my boyfriend. As in, like, I'll keep walking round and round, and I can see where I need to get to, and I can't. I've had, like, this dream when I was, like, really young, of my mum and dad, and there was, like, it was a city, and it was all blown up and everything, and ruined. It was completely empty. And, like, I was, like, 10, 9 when I had it. And, like, I was walking around. Obviously, I was upset, so I was walking around, like, shouting for them. And it was all... But it looked like it'd been like that for quite a while, because plants and trees were overtaking again. As they should, but, you know... And then my dad came out of nowhere. And then I couldn't find my mum, but I found my dad. And then I woke up. Well, I woke myself up because, yeah. I've had another one. I didn't even know that Chucky had a bride at that point. But, like, my mum and dad... They go to church. So, it was at my dad's church that I had this nightmare. And, like, it's got an entrance bit. So, we were there and, like, I was, like, standing talking to someone. And then on the inside of the church, it was all really dark and different. And, outside was all still normal and sunny and that, but... And then... Like... I saw my mom at the front. And then... all of a sudden there was, like, loads of sand everywhere. And then my mum's eyes, like, she was being lifted up by someone, I don't know, I couldn't see, but I know that it's someone because of the way that it is. the behavior. And then her eyes went completely white, and loads of these, like, they're not tentacles, they're like things attached to her head. And then, well, she died, and then she came back as Chucky's bride. And I was like, what? And then I didn't know who that was, and then I was like, oh, right. So I'm thinking, like, oh, blonde doll. And then a couple of months after that, I saw who that was. But I don't understand why or what. But yeah, that's an old one. I've had this dream where like, this is a really, really short one. I was in Egypt and I was standing next to one of the I forgot what they're called. They're the big pillar things that have hieroglyphs on them still. Yeah. And, like, I don't remember much of the hieroglyphs. I wish I could, because then I could probably write them down and get them, well, translate them or whatever, try to. But all I remember seeing is a bird, water, a man. That's it. And then I woke up. Sorry that they're, like, really short. I remember this other dream. I was with my friends and it was really dark. And then there was these two other people. And, like, one of these guys started approaching us and it was like, and then, like, it was by these houses that were on a small hill that had a path at the bottom of it. And then there was another hill on the other side of that. So, like, I went down and over the other hill. And I think I found a big tree. So I was sitting by the big tree. And then, like, I saw this man coming, so I was like, oh, nah. And then I started running and that. And then I remember seeing, like, this little, construction site because of all the scaffolding and that. So I was going to go hide in there. And then I got told by someone. I was alone, but I got told by someone, don't go in there. And I was like, oh, okay. Okay. And then, like, there was a field literally opposite it. And, like, when I was there by the scaffoldings, it was dark. And then by the time I got to the field, which is literally turning around and being there, it was already light. And then, so it's okay, I can see what I'm doing. And then I saw the man coming. So, like, I laid flat on the ground. And then they were like, no, like, I got told again, like, no, don't lay down, don't, like, because of being vulnerable or whatever. Because if he finds me, I don't have time to get away quick enough. And then they were like, and then he found me. He was not a small man, so that's even more like, and then, so I freaked out, and then I started flying, not away, but I levitated up, and then I started making the wind blow to try and make him go away. And, like, it sort of started spiraling around me. And then he didn't get me, but I woke up. But yeah, he didn't get me.